And once again, it's a pleasure to welcome Bren to the Trackmania Live. Bren, a third place at the ZrT Trackmania Cup. How are you feeling now, some days removed from that performance?
Well, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. Like I cooled down from the weekend, so I'm fine. I'm fine. How are
But
you?
yeah, I'm enjoying it once it's around, and I'm enjoying the performance that you guys put on. And I just want to say thanks because you were a factor in both of the good matches in that weekend. The semifinals was close, and the final you played was close. While Gwen and Carl Jr. did somewhat the boring semifinals on their half. But we should talk about the semifinal first. Then, did you expect it to be so close, or did you expect to maybe do better yourself, to dominate more, maybe to get knocked out? What did you think about that semifinal?
I entered the semifinal pretty confident, let's be honest, but I knew it would be close because I'm used to play against Papu and Aurel, and it's always the same. Like we have pretty much the same level, so like I know that we'd have a cool match. I was happy to see that Xeor was good as well. Like I didn't expect that much from him, but like he was actually very very good, which was cool and made the match even closer because I was behind him at some point in the match as well. So yeah, I think it was a cool match, although well our level wasn't the best, I guess, because like none of us, we were all very shaky and none of us was very good and at our peak level because we were very stressed and like we took 10 points then 3 points then 10 points and like we kept sharing the points depending on the maps as well. So yeah, it was a cool match, but like maybe not the highest level of Trackmania, but it was still fun to play.
Yeah, but then when you have a match like that, when maybe you feel like I didn't play my best, are you like thinking that before the grand final, like how do I change it, or is it like okay, now I had a bad match, so probably the next match is going to be good? How does the semifinal impact your performance in the grand final?
Well, my main objective was to get through the semifinal. So I was very, very stressed and like there was a lot of pressure when entering the semifinal, which completely disappeared when I played the final. Like I had no more stress. I was just like enjoying the game and trying to play good, which went better as well because I was challenging Cole and Gwen until one map. But yeah, I just felt more confident and I felt like I was just playing more relaxed and it went much better, which was the only difference between the semifinal and the final. So yeah, I guess it's all about the pressure and not really changing my mindset or whatever, just enjoying it.
Mm. Yeah, I guess I can cover many things in Trackmania, but the thing I feel that I am the worst at is actually comparing how the player's level is. If you say, how would you say the level in the final was? Was it like you felt that you played the best the Bren we could see? Did you feel that the final overall was a good level? How would you sum it up?
I think the level was quite high. Like it was a good performance by Gwen. Carl Jr., I think we were a bit slower with Aurel. But like it was a good level and not fully satisfied with how I played. Like I played decent, but I know I could have done much better. But I think it's always like everyone would say that after a match. Like anyone would think that even Gwen, who won, probably thinks that he could do even better than that. So yeah, just don't feel completely satisfied. But like I'm still happy anyways. Like third isn't bad, and they fully deserve the first and second place considering how they play in the semifinal and then throughout the whole tournament. So yeah, I'm still satisfied. Uh, I could have done better, but it would be for next year, hopefully. Like I say that every year, but
Yeah. But if we then talk about the final itself, it was close between you, Carl Jr., Gwen, and Orwell, at least after he catch up with that strat on this map. But what did you think about during the final? Do you think about anything like, oh, it's close, maybe I should risk more to just get the 10 points? Maybe I should save and hope the other players risk? What do you think when it's so close between you guys?
well, as I just explained before, like I didn't have as much pressure as during the semifinals, so I wasn't really thinking. I was just trying to finish my runs, trying to be good. It's hard to like push because of all the lags. You know, you can't put cars on and check where you're between the others if you need to push to risk or to save or whatever, because you can't see where the other cars are. So it's very different from when you can see and compare your times to the others. So I was just playing for myself, trying to do decent runs, not to do too many mistakes and focus on myself, and that's how I did. Then again, like it could have been different if I could see the other opponents. Not saying I would have done better than third, but like still would have made the difference, I think. And coming to the point where Orwell was cutting the map, I think it's really smart. Like I wish we lost Eirik.
Yeah, you got the lucky bug. It's continue.
Yeah, well, I said
The
like I
lucky
wish I
first
had.
one, or yeah.
Yeah, the cut from Aurel. I
Yeah.
wish I had the strat like that because like it's something super cool to have like in your pocket and be able to sneak some points with a secret strat. I actually tried to look for it. Like I tried to find the cut on this map as well, but could never find one for some reason. So I was pretty impressed, especially because I could only realize that it was a cut at the 4th round because I first thought it was a bug. So it got me a bit confused, maybe a bit out of the match as well, but like it's part of the game, and I found it pretty cool.
Yeah, it was somewhat hilarious because I actually understood what you wrote in chat. I didn't necessarily understand what ZrT said. It was like, Aurel checkpoint bug, question mark, and Aurel was like, none.
Yeah, he didn't give any explanation. Like we were just
Yeah.
confused throughout the whole match. And then at some point in the 4th round, I just put Carzon and saw him so far ahead, but like at the 2nd turn, and I was like, there's no way. The only reason why it would be like that is that the lags made him start earlier, or he had a cut, and it only made sense in the last round. So I just realized way too late that he had a cut. Yeah, it confused us.
Yeah. But if you talk about yourself, it was a 6th time in the grand final. Still, this solo win is not something you have, but is that something you think about, or is that something just I like to think about that post on Twitter and such?
Well, obviously, I'd love to win. Like I've been trying so hard since so many years, but when I come into the grand final, I feel like I've reached my goal.
Yeah.
Like top 4 is already awesome, and I'm just trying to enjoy the final and be happy that I had a last match to play with so many viewers and everything, and just trying to enjoy it and be good. So I'm not really thinking about the win when I'm playing, which is probably a mistake to win actually. But yeah, I just try to enjoy it.
But if we talk about Gwen, then he's now sort of a new challenger up there, a new contender. I mean, Carl Jr. you played against in so many finals, Aurel as well. So Gwen is basically the only new face in that final. Do you think he's gonna stick around for the next finals? Do you think that this was maybe like how they flyer once and done, or what do you think about the future for him in this cup particular?
Well, when I was in Australia, I wasn't playing so many tournaments, but I saw Gwen in almost all of them with Aurel. Like they were just sharing the first place every time. So I knew he would be very good, and like he has a name on the scene already, like with qualifying through to the TMGL and everything. Sorry, but yeah, I think he'll be in the final next year as well, and he'll do good. But of course, I'm not as close to Gwen as I am with Carl Jr., so it might give me the extra push to try and beat someone. Because like if Carl wins the tournament, I'm just like, it's okay, he's my friend. Like I won't be sad. But now that Gwen won, I just want to beat him next year. So it might give me the extra push. I don't know. I'll see.
Yeah, that's something I brought up in I think it was yesterday with Scotty and Turbo. Like Gwen coming up is not necessarily a bad thing for the other players because now it's like, it's another player to beat. So it's just more motivation for you because you have a new contender, some extra motivation, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's also good to see that someone that young, even if it's not so young, is appearing on the scene, and like there's a chance that he will keep going for the next years and probably motivating other players as well. So it's good to know that the Trackmania scene will keep going on through the years, and we have a challenge to like still remain through the best, even when we're getting older and not as fresh as Gwen and maybe new ones that will reach the top like ZR maybe. So yeah, it's giving us a new challenge, and it's pretty good.
I just spoke with ZrT on this Trackmania Live. He mentioned that he doesn't know what the next is after Accor Hotels Arena. Maybe that's the next or the last. Maybe try to do it bigger, maybe not. So if you just think about it as is maybe the last event, what would that event mean to you? How much would you focus on that event? How much would you train? Is that going to be the biggest goal of your career to do well in that tournament? Can you tell us already what do you think about next year's edition?
Yeah, it will definitely be my biggest tournament. Like if I'm lucky enough to play in Bercy, it would be like probably what only a few players have done in their life, like even on other games, which is awesome in a way. And yeah, I'm feeling extremely motivated like from now on. So I know that I will be playing the whole year, trying to get better and better, trying to find the proper settings and everything. Like I'm trying new things now. And yeah, I know that I will be playing a lot and streaming a lot and trying my hardest next year as well. Like I'm doing it every year actually.
But
And I
then,
can't wait.
oh, imagine that. I wish it was next month, but yeah, I guess
Yeah.
it's somewhat good for both the scene and the players to have something so far in front that you can continue doing other stuff in Trackmania, so it helps the games grow as well. Because now maybe next year's set Corotels Arena is going to help the hype for Trackmania Grand League, and eventually Trackmania Grand League gets bigger of it, and Trackmania Grand League, we know it will continue even after next year, right?
Well, it's good to see that on the game right now we have a lot of things to do. Like as you said, like track of the day, TMGL, everything. Like we have things to do through the whole year, which was pretty different in the last game. Because like after we did the ZrT Cup and maybe played the TMGL, like we basically had nothing to do apart from trying to lurk on RPG servers or like wall maps for some others or whatever. So it's good to have like objectives and have goals with the trophies as well, which keep us entertained and like motivated throughout the year. So yeah. Yeah.
And then just the final question for me is a question I asked the other players, but what is next for Bren? What are you gonna have your eyes on? Is it gonna be a little break until Trackmania Grand League? Is it gonna? I heard maybe Carl Junior is gonna organize a cup with you. What is the next things in the future for you in Trackmania now?
Well, since it's my last year at university, I want to focus during this year because it will be pretty chill. So I want to focus on gaming and streaming and see what I can achieve in a year. See who I am like in terms of subscribers, followers, and everything in a year. See if I can live with that. If I can, then I will be working as a streamer. Else, I will just probably slowly leave the scene and work on something else, like what I studied for. So yeah, I will definitely be playing a lot, even during August, and streaming a lot. So I'll just be focusing on Trackmania a lot and see what I can achieve during a year. So that's my goal for the year, and see what's next. I can't really know. It's hard to get.
Yeah. But Trackmania Grand League, what is your expectations there? You didn't qualify top 8 last year. Can you promise people are going to be top 8 this year?
Well, I can't promise anything because it also depends on other players' level.
Yeah.
But I mean, I got 10th last year when I was in Australia, not really practicing. And I know that I'll be playing a lot this year. And it's probably the first year that I will be training that much. So hopefully I do good. But yeah, I feel confident and I'm aiming for top 4 at the end.
There we have it. Thanks so much for stepping up again. And once again, congratulations with a solid performance at the ZrT Trackmania Cup, and good luck in Trackmania Grand League.
Yeah, thank you.
There we have it. A little break now, and then Papu is coming up next. And after that, Carl Jr.